add-ons like Dave? Sure. I'll get one of our best folks. Just a sec. Oh, and by the way, the lawyers wanted me to tell you that your call might be monitored or recorded.
Welcome to Cricket Nation. My name is Charmaine. How can I help you?
Hello, Charlene. My name is. Apparently, I've been fooled into thinking that I'm out of high speed when I am not. That I still have 25% of my high speed left. And during the time when I had 25% of my high speed left, I couldn't get into my email. I couldn't get into any website. I couldn't get on the web. And I do a lot of, I'm a musician. I have to be, I get jobs on the web. Since day one, I've had trouble or a total inability to be able to send pictures via text. And because I'm a musician, people want to know how I look before I go play at their supper club or someplace. So this is messing with my employment. So it would really have to stop. But at this point in time, I don't know how to make it stop. I don't know why. Almost 2 weeks ago, I'm receiving notice, and I've still got the text, I believe, that I'm all out of high speed data. And then today I find out, well, I've only burned through 75% of it. So I want to know what that's about. Now, I don't believe that. Now, if you can get that, and you know what? I have spent like so many hours on the phone with Cricket with all of these problems over the past 5 months that I'm ready to sue you. I am ready to sue you, and I have saved up the money to take you into federal court to do just that. Now I want to know what the hell is behind this, and Charlene, I don't have the time to spend an hour or two on the phone with you guys today, so I want a return call. I believe you guys can call me back because I have received calls back from you, except when you hang up on me. Now, yesterday, or the day before, I was hung up on. I was hung up a total of no less than 4 times.
Oh, that shouldn't be happening.
No, it shouldn't be
Something to
happening.
turn
And you know what? I know I was hung up on because I didn't get a call back. So then I have to call you guys back. And you know the hours mount up. When we go into when we go into federal civil court, I'm going to ask for $500 an hour for the over 100 hours I have spent on the phone with you guys, because that's what I get in recording studios, and I can ask for it. I'm going to ask for compensation because of your bait and switch deal. I'm going to sue you. I'm going to cite your wire fraud because it's wire fraud, telling people that they can bring their own phone, letting them use your system for 3 months, then telling them they can't use your system. Then it's bait and switch when you tell them that they can buy a phone off of your mobile website, and on the point of doing that deal, I find out you never had that piece of material in your stock. So then I paid more for the phone that I have. And the phone that I have is defective. It does things a phone shouldn't do, including the fact that when I am able to get a picture, it will store it in the phone, and then when I want to call that picture up, the phone will tell me error loading, and I've lost the picture. I can't get it out, And this phone will not work with the Synco system, which is a system I've downloaded, and I should be able to put a USB cable in my phone and get every bit of information out of my phone and into my laptop. Now, there's nothing wrong with my laptop, because my laptop is regularly gone over by the Geek Squad. There's nothing wrong with my system here. And there's nothing wrong with the settings on my phone. And I don't know why my phone apparently isn't working with Syncos, and I don't know why I can't get all the pictures I have in it out of it. But I think that it's totally bullshit that you people are asking me to front money to you to replace something that is supposed to have a 100% year warranty on it. So that part of your service is also bait and switch. You know, if somebody's having trouble with their phone, I believe that AT&T, you are AT&T, you know. You are a child company of AT&T, who I've already had bad truck with back in the 80s when they sold me a long-distance phone service for 8 cents a minute, and then they farmed it out to one of their child companies, such as you are. And then, without anyone telling me, they were charging me $4 a minute for long distance. You know, that went to court and I got some of that money back. But because nobody told me it was happening, I didn't get all of the money back because of a statute of limitations thing. So I only got maybe 10% of that money back. And you know, so I figure your parent company owes me 15,000 freaking dollars. You people owe me a phone. You owe me an explanation as to why I was told that I'm all out of data and cut offline for 3 or 4 days. Will you cock around before giving me the rest of my data while telling me that I'm using 128 gigabytes of low speed, which, by the way, 128 kilobytes of low speed is more than enough to get into any website. I know that because of my Ethernet experience, where I'm using something that has 65 kilobytes of speed. And yet, I'm able to get into websites and get into my email. So now you're telling me I've got 25% of my gigabytes left. My kilobytes left, or whatever it is. I got 25% of my high speed. I want to know why this happened. And I'm going to expect a call from you guys back in no greater time than an hour. I'm going to go on with my business, go on with my life. I'm a musician, so I get up around 5 o'clock in the evening. So I'm going to go eat breakfast now. I'm going to get in the tub. And I expect to get a call from you guys in no greater time than an hour. And you are going to explain this to me. And if you don't, I'm going to put this video that I'm making on my webcam. That's going to join the other 6 that I have on YouTube that are all about cricket. Okay?
Alright, so will this cost all that to you because I really understand where you're coming from, Jeff, okay? So before anything else, may I access your account information to discuss products offered to Cricket, Jeff?
Yes, you may.
Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. And by the way, it is your right and our duty under federal law to protect this information, and your decision will not affect your Cricket service.
Well, you know, you couldn't make my service any worse than it is. But the thing is, Charlene, the other day, when apparently I was being fooled into thinking that I have no high speed left, when apparently the text that I got today confirms that I was being lied to. I talked to a gentleman at around 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning a few days ago who told me he played with some settings in your facility, and voila, I'm back on the web at 128 kilobytes per second. But now I have reason to believe that that was all bullshit. And if that was all bullshit, I think the public ought to know about it, and they're going to. I don't like having my chain pulled, and I don't like having smoke being blown up my skirt when I'm paying you almost $100 a month. So I'm waiting for your call. If I don't get your call in an hour, I'm putting this video on YouTube and on Tumblr and on Facebook and on everywhere else, because I belong to just about every social website. And by the way, I also want the rest of my $15,000 back from your parent company. So I'm going to be messing with you people in perpetuity, even if I don't have an account with you. How do you like them apples? You guys owe me 15,000 freaking dollars. Your parent company screwed me rudely. Okay, and you know, I wasn't paying my bill. My parents were paying my bill. That bill was going to their house. I had no idea what you were charging me for long distance until I found out one day from my mother about how huge my bill was every month. And then when I investigated it, I found out that your parent company are starkers, and you guys are starkers too. So we're going to have to fix this. I'm expecting it. Let's see. Now, what time is it? It's 5:21. I don't expect to receive a call from you any later than 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, my time, today. Thank you so much for your time. I've given you my permission to get into my account. I've given you permission to tell me that it's your duty under federal law. You know what your duty is? Your duty is to give me what I paid for without all this crap. Thank you so much for your time.
Hello?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, if you don't mind, if we're going to offer a call back to you, we're going to call you back after an hour. That's going to be for sure, okay?
Okay.
This time is actually our break, if you don't mind, right?
Oh, okay, okay.
I'm going to call you back maybe after I take my lunch, but I rest assured that I'm going to give you a call back regarding this issue to have this fixed.
So are you telling me it's going to? So you're telling me it's going to take longer than an hour?
I'm sorry.
Well,
no, to call you back.
Okay, well, look, just so long as you do, I'd appreciate. And thanks for being so hospitable and nice. Sometimes when I make these calls, you guys ain't so nice. So I'll be expecting that call back, and I'm going to be expecting a full explanation of the contradictory information I've been given about the expiration of my high-speed data over the past week. Thank you.
Sure. So again, expect a call back, and I'll already make sure that everything's fully notated here in my end. Just expect a call from me not later than 8 o'clock p.m. Alright?
Okay, not later than 8 o'clock, and it's 5:30 here now. So you're telling me I'm going to get a call back. I can expect a call back like before 8:30, which is like okay, and that's like 3 hours from now, not an hour. Okay, well, we'll just say no later than 3 hours. If I wait for you guys to call me back, later than 8:30 tonight, this video goes on YouTube, Tumblr, Facebook, Twitter, etc. Thank you so much for your time, Charlene.